Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true. Taxi operators protest bad roads in St. Mary. Irritated taxi operators and residents of Hamilton Mountain in St. Mary have blocked the Eden Park Bridge to protest over deplorable road conditions. The roadblock was mounted from as early as 4 a.m. The protesters used old cars and other debris to block the bridge. They are demanding improved road conditions. Superintendent of Police for the St. Mary Police Division, Babette Morgan, has confirmed the protest action but did not provide any further information as it relates to the status of the roadblock. Reporters were informed by a reliable source from the police that scores of teachers had returned home as they are unable to cross the blockage to get to work. Vehicular access has also been restricted due to the blockage. PNP stages march to Finance Minister over fuel tax. President of the People's National Party PNP Mark Goldin delivered a drafted ministerial order to the Ministry of Finance calling for a cap on special consumption tax SCT on fuel. Goldin wants the limit to be placed at US 67.50 per barrel. The document was received by Finance Secretary at the Finance Ministry, Darlene Morrison. Goldin was supported by other party officials and party supporters. Goldin argued that the PNP has been calling for the government to put measures in place to arrest the runaway fuel cost in Jamaica. In his budget presentation early in March, Goldin outlined an approach that would see a cut in the gas tax and an easing of the burden on motorists. He said he is concerned that the government has not moved to implement this measure while gas prices rise on a weekly basis. That's why he has drafted the ministerial order under the Provisional Collection of Tax Act calling for the cap to be imposed. Massive roadblock in Westmoreland as residents demand better roads. Upset residents from several communities along the Caledonia to Darliston roadway in Westmoreland have mounted a massive roadblock to press the authorities to address poor road conditions. The blockade stretches for miles and has displaced scores of commuters. The protest action has cut off access to communities such as Caledonia, Frame, Darliston, Highgate, Kipling, and Grotto. The protesters have downed trees and used large stones, old cars, and other debris to block the roadway. Soldier accused of failing to hand over firearm granted $300,000 bail. Jamaica Defense Force Sergeant Tifalos Tracy, who allegedly failed to hand over his firearm in a murder investigation, was granted bail. He was offered bail in the sum of $300,000 with sureties for failing to hand over his gun. The bail application was made by Queen's Counsel Peter Champagne, and Tracy is to return to the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court on July 28. Tracy, 43, is also facing a murder charge in connection with the fatal shooting of a woman in February and is to return to court on Thursday in relation to that charge. He was taken into custody on February 26, shortly after a woman was found dead in Tracy's motor car on Caledonia Avenue in St. Andrew. The body was later identified as O'Shane Lawrence. Tracy had allegedly told investigators that he could not have handed over his firearm for ballistic testing because it was stolen. A bail application will be made in the murder case on Thursday. 2 killed in Angels St. Catherine crash. 2 people were killed in a crash along the Damhead Main Road in Angels St. Catherine this morning. The incident happened about 6:40. It is reported that a motorcyclist and a pillion were traveling along the roadway when it crashed into a Toyota Hiace, which was traveling in the opposite direction. The impact caused the pillion to be flung from the bike, who landed in the windscreen of a car. The motorcyclist and the pillion died from their injuries. The police were called to the scene. Family of former Haitian senator to be deported. The wife and sons of former Haitian Senator Joseph Joel John, an alleged accomplice to the assassination of President Jovenel Moïse, are to be deported. The removal order was issued by the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court. However, before issuing the order, the foreigners were admonished and discharged on illegal entry charges by Senior Parish Judge Lorian Cole Montague. The Haitians were arrested in January and charged after they were found in St. Elizabeth. However, while they were in custody, the ex-senator sentenced to a U.S. extradition request, which was effected this month. The remaining family members, through their lawyers Donahue Martin, had applied for refugee status, but it was denied. However, Martin, on the last court appearance in April, had informed the court that he was going to appeal the refusal. But today, he essentially told the court that he was abandoning the appeal as the matter would not have been heard before this court date. He, however, asked the court to admonish and discharge the charges against his clients, especially since they would have spent 4 months in custody. The judge complied. The 59-year-old alleged murder accomplice is listed among 5 fugitives who were wanted in connection with the president's assassination. He is accused of renting 4 vehicles that were used by the Colombian assassins on the night of the deadly attack. Morris was killed on his private residence overlooking the capital on July 7, 2021. How a 2-year-old vanished in Clarendon. The mother of missing 2-year-old Jamil Mendez believes that a sudden urge to scroll through photos of her son might have been an omen that something was wrong. That intuition caused 26-year-old Kira Williams of Foster Corner in Freetown, Clarendon, to go check in on her son, who had left the neighbor's home, where he usually plays with other toddlers, on Thursday afternoon. Williams said when she called out to him and was told he was not there, she passed it off as a prank. But when it came clear that everyone was unaware of her son's whereabouts, William began a frantic search. A man undertaking construction work at their home indicated that little Jamil came back to the house, but he had not seen him leave, the mother said. But somebody else say, them see me baby in the lane stand up by himself, so maybe that's when them could get fit take the baby, she said. The mother said she has not eaten or slept since the youngster of her 2 children was missing. Searches across several communities across the parish and neighboring St. Catherine turned up empty, with teams combing through sections of Old Harbour, St. Catherine on Saturday. While there, we got word that her baby might still be in Clarendon. The hunt took them to Sandy Bay, but again nothing. Williams is fearful for her child, as she said Jamil has never slept without her. Everywhere me go, and me and me baby, either me or him father. Like how me go down at my neighbor house, me not spend 1 hour down there. If he miss me, he ma come check on me, the mother said. She contends that the police are not doing enough to help locate her son. The police them now push out as much effort to help look for me child. When them a come, and no more than about 3 of them a come. You can't come with 3 police to look for somebody. Come with soldier, police, helicopter, dog and everything, she said. Messages to Deputy Superintendent Cardoso, the Clarendon Police Operations Chief, were not answered up to press time. The mother is also appealing to anyone who might have seen her son to hand him over, or to leave him at the police station, supermarket, or other public space. We not have to see your face. I just my baby me need back. If you have to do anything to get back my baby, me will do anything, she said. Clarendon South Eastern Member of Parliament Pernell Charles Jr. said the team is working assiduously to locate baby Jamil. Referencing a double murder in Rocky Point on May 7, the killing of the hairdresser in Palmer's Cross 4 days later, and the shock death of the very technical principal on May 12, Charles said the constituency has been dealt a hard blow. The lawmaker said he has also been working closely with Clarendon Southwestern Member of Parliament Lawton Cousins to combine efforts in the search for the infant. Acting on intelligence, the police also raided a community in Clarendon Southwestern. This is a most unfortunate situation, and I think every one of us not only feel concern, but a deep sadness in terms of how the family and community must feel, said Charles. He added, everyone is pulling together and doing what they can through social media, through phone calls, on the ground, so thanks to everyone who is pulling together, and let us continue to push. Charles is imploring anyone with information to contact the police or other community leaders. Anyone with information on the whereabouts of Jamil Mendez is being asked to contact the Longville Park Police at 876-902-5047, 119 or the nearest police station. Between 2010 and 2020, more than 15,000 children have been reported missing in Jamaica. Statistics from the Child Protection and Family Services Agency, CPFSA, indicated that between 2017 and 2021, a total of 6,686 reports missing of children were made at police stations across the island. Of that number, 5,106 were located, while 1,560 remain unaccounted for. Health infrastructure in St. Thomas to be improved, saves Tufton. Health infrastructure within the parish of St. Thomas is to be improved to meet the growing demands of the parish, says Minister of Health and Wellness Dr. Christopher Tufton. According to a release, the minister, who was speaking at the ceremony for the adoption of the Yellows Health Centre in St. Thomas, argued that with the ongoing development in the parish, there is likely to be an influx of residents and the infrastructure will have to be upgraded in alignment with the development. When signs of progress are very evident, many things will follow, he said, pointing out that once access is provided, there is likely to be mass migration in the parish. It means that you are going to see greater demand on your critical infrastructure, healthcare being key, because once you develop, people are going to come, so you're going to have to be prepared to host other residents who want to settle in St. Thomas, the minister added. Dr. Tufton said that when people can access the amenities of shopping, housing and roads that will come with the development of the parish, they will want to live there, adding that it is just a stone throw away from Kingston, which is kind of crowded. This, he explained, will in turn create a greater demand on the health infrastructure of the parish, so one of the things that we have been doing and will continue to do in the parish of St. Thomas is to have access where we are. We're likely to go over the next 5 to 10 years and identify the key requirements. The minister pointed out that there was an ongoing review looking at the population centers to determine the requirements for health centers, adding that the lone secondary care facility in the parish, the Princess Margaret Hospital, has benefited from a substantial overhaul over the past few years and now has capacity to accommodate more demand. Tufton noted that the Yas Health Centre, which handles approximately 25,000 visits per year, requires a significant assessment in keeping with the development. He argued that with the population centre expanding and access improving, there would be a development plan for the Yellows Health Centre, which would mean expansion of the facility. Jamaica reports 295 new COVID cases, 7 deaths. Jamaica reported 295 new COVID cases and 7 fatalities on Sunday, according to the latest statistics from the Ministry of Health and Wellness. This puts the total number of cases of the virus since the start of the pandemic to 132,909 and the death toll to 3,011. Of the newly reported cases, there were 180 females and 115 males with ages ranging from 4 days to 97 years. The cases were recorded in St. Catherine 58, Kingston and St. Andrew 52, St. James 42, St. Anne 33, Manchester 29, St. Elizabeth 21, Westmoreland 20, Clarendon 17, Hanover 6, Portland 5, St. Mary 5, Trelawney 5, and St. Thomas 2. Meanwhile, the latest deaths are comprised of a 68-year-old man from St. Catherine, whose death was recorded in February 2021, an 82-year-old woman from Kingston and St. Andrew, whose death was recorded in March 2021, a 91-year-old woman from St. Catherine, whose death was recorded in March 2021, a 53-year-old man from St. Catherine, whose death was recorded in March 2021, a 63-year-old woman from St. Catherine, whose death was recorded in August 2021, an 88-year-old man from St. Catherine, whose death was recorded in September 2021 as under investigation, and a 56-year-old woman from St. Catherine, whose death was recorded in October 2021. The country also recorded 137 new recoveries, bringing the total number of recoveries to 85,265. The positivity rate for the latest round of testing was 25%. There are 67 people hospitalized, one of them critically ill. There are 2,209 confirmed active cases on the island. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.